What's going on, fellow collectors? As you know, Lincoln cents are probably one of the most popular and easy coins to collect, and you may not know that they'll be in their 115th year of production here in 2024. Now, over 500 billion of these things have been minted over that span of time, so let's talk about 10 of them that are worth really good money. While many of these coins are quite common, like the pennies that are just in your loose pocket change, some of these cents are quite rare and are extremely valuable. This can be based off a lot of different things, whether it be that they're an error coin in some regard, or they have a low mintage, or they're considered a key date. So let's start with number 10, the 1992 Close AM Lincoln Cent. Now, I'll link my other video that talks all about wide AM and close AM Lincoln cents, so you can learn all about them in that video. In 1992, the United States Mint recut the master hub for the Lincoln cent, and this was in order to make it a finer detail when striking the coins. When they did this, the lettering in the legend of the coin stating the United States of America was shifted slightly. In the older design, the letters AM are separated widely. On the new versions, they're almost touching one another. This created what's known as the wide and close AM. Valuable coins in this nature are the 1992 D Close AM, which only has about a dozen of them known and are worth quite a bit of money. There is also 1992 Close AMs out of Philadelphia, and these are a little bit more rare, both of which can go for thousands of dollars. At number 9, the 1960 small date Lincoln cent is another really great coin in that it has a similar origin. The US Mint back in 1960 had updated the dies for the Lincoln cent in the middle of the year. So similar to the one I just mentioned, the 92 Close AM, dies of both the old style and new style of the coin were used, but in this case it produced ones that are known as small date coins and large date coins. As soon as collectors became aware of this situation back then, interest spiked for these coins, and the 1960 small date Lincoln cent became something highly sought after. Even in the mid-60s, these coins were selling for close to $10 to $15 a piece, and can garner much higher values, of course, now. At number 8, the 1922 Plain D. In 1922, Philadelphia did not produce any Lincoln cents. Only the Denver Mint produced them. In this instance, the 1922 Plain D is just that. While trying to fix imperfections on the dies used to produce these coins, mint workers accidentally polished off the mint mark of D. Now, this is not to be confused with other normal Philadelphia minted Lincoln cents, which generally don't bear a mint mark either, but since none were produced out of Philadelphia, these no mint mark Denver coins became exceedingly rare and sought after by collectors even then. The total number of coins that came out of Denver that year stands at just a little bit over 7 million of them produced, and this die error is but a small number of those, of course. They're really rare, they've been known to be faked, and they're worth thousands of dollars if you're able to come across one, especially in good condition. At number 7, the 1914 D. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, some of these coins can be really valuable due to their extremely low mintage. This coin has one of the smallest mintages, second only to the 1909 SVDB, and similar to that of the 1931 S. This is also one of those key date coins, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video as well. Denver only struck 1.1 million Lincoln cents that year, while Philadelphia struck close to 80 million, and San Francisco produced over 4 million Lincoln cents that year. When you look at other close years' mintage numbers for Lincoln cents, you can really see the comparison between how low this number is and the amounts made those years. For example, in 1915, they produced over 22 million Lincoln cents. These coins are highly sought after as well, and are known to be worth well over $2,000 or $3,000 when you see them go at auction. At number 6, the 1944 Steel Cent. Now, I won't go into crazy detail on this coin, as I do have a video that covers it more in detail. And there's plenty of other great videos out there on other channels you should check out as well that may even cover it better than I do. This is an off-metal heir comparative to that of the 1943 bronze cent. The 1944 steel cent was produced when the mint switched to copper planchets made from recycled shell casings from 1944. They believe that there's a couple different ways that these were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Either old 1943 steel planchets were used, or steel blanks intended for foreign coinage slipped into the production line. This was not possible at the other two mints, as neither of those facilities struck zinc-coated steel coins for foreign governments throughout that year. There are still known coins from each mint, being around 30 from Philadelphia, 7 from Denver, and a couple known from San Francisco. These coins are extremely rare, but are really overshadowed by things like the 1943 copper cent and bronze cent. At number 5, the 1909 SVDB. Now, I mentioned this earlier in the video, and of course this is a coin that's covered all over the place on the internet, but it's worth a mention on this list. This is known as the King of Lincoln cents, and the 1909 SVDB bears the original designer's initials on it, making it a really sought-after collector coin. 1909 marked the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, and they wanted to honor him, so the mint debuted a stunning new coin design, which was designed by Victor David Brenner. The inclusion of his initials on the final design was not really unusual for other designers of the time, but the American public, with, of course, the media, saw that the initials were for him trying to advance himself and weren't needed whatsoever. They quickly sought the removal of it, and later Lincoln cents wouldn't bear the initials. Only 484,000 of them would have VDB on it. This is making the 1909 SVDB one of the rare circulating issued Lincoln cents of that time, but extremely hard to find now. At number 4, the 1955 double die cent. I mentioned this in another video, and it's another really famous coin that's out there, but becoming really hard to come across, as Lincoln wheat cents are not something you find in everyday pocket change usually. This was made from an incorrectly manufactured die, and the 1955 double die variety is one of the most dramatic ones out there, and especially on Lincoln cents. This one has super detailed and dramatic doubling, which was caused when the position of the die rotated slightly between impressions from the hub. The doubling is really noticeable in the words "In God We Trust" and the word "Liberty." It can also be seen generally pretty detailed on the date 1955. They figure somewhere over 20,000 of these specimens can be found in circulation. 16,000 of them were isolated and then melted, but the rest were released into the standard circulation and into your pocket change. Many of these at the time were actually found in change out of vending machines. These are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, depending on how deep the doubling is. At number 3, the 1969 S double die cent. This is another super rare double die, and similar to the 1955, this coin was created out of a damaged die. The 1969 S double die is way more rare than the 55, with less than 40 of them known. Since this is a late 60s coin, by the early 70s, many fakes had been found in the market, and the 1969 S became one of those victims of being known as a fake coin, and this affected the overall value of it at the time. One way to tell the authenticity of a 1969 S double die obverse is that the real coins will not have doubled mint marks. This is because at the time, the mint mark would have been punched into the die by hand after the doubling had occurred on the coin. At number 2, the 1958 double die cent. Another great error coin, but also quite a controversial one, is the 1958 double die Lincoln cent. This is one of the most valuable ones in the Lincoln cent series, and only a few examples are known to exist. The doubling on this coin is very dramatic, and the word liberty and the motto "In God We Trust" are highly pronounced with doubling. This coin error was discovered only a couple years after the coin's release, but so few of them have been found that many people have theories that the rarity of this issue is caused due to intentional mint products like this being released into the public. But later on, they were able to prove the authenticity of these specimens, and it's one of the rarest errors out there. These generally sell for well over $20,000 or $30,000 if you do see them ever go to auction or sale. Last on our list at number 1 is the 1943 bronze cent. Now, I mentioned this one earlier, and this coin has got to be one of the most coveted coin errors out there. The 1943 bronze cent is worth tons of money. It's a super rare Lincoln cent, but it definitely should hold our top spot on at least this mini list of rare Lincoln cents. The only known 1943D bronze cent is thought to have been struck by a mint worker for their personal collection. It has extremely detailed points all over the coin, and it is believed that this coin was struck actually twice. Regardless of its origins, recently one of these coins sold for over $800,000 in a heritage auction back in 2021, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever sold. Well, there you have it, 10 very valuable Lincoln cents that you can either look for or hope to find one day. There's other Lincoln cents out there that may be valuable as well, so throw some suggestions in the comments below and let me know about what Lincoln cents you like to look for in the modern day. And of course, let me know what you've come across in your coin and banknote searches lately in the comments as well. I will see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.